The truly wealthy people of this world, like, and I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they don't want you to know how much money they have, right? They have all the jets in the world. They own this planet, but they don't want you to know that because they don't need the clout. Because clout gets you in trouble. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Okay, wait, let me drink some water for this one. I think a lot of things that Andrew Tate talks about have a lot of truth in them. Like what it means to be a man and being more masculine, and what a man needs to do. Andrew Tate comes off as this like bigger bro, or he comes off as your like missing dad, like a lot of people don't have. He comes off as a mentor kind of guy. But I feel like a lot of like Andrew Tate's philosophy and his lifestyle is fueled by insecurity. Like as much as he talks about like being strong, you know, getting your bag up, like getting your money right is true. I feel like his insatiable appetite for wealth and like girls and like whatever the fuck is like, it's a form of insecurity. I remember like recently he tweeted to Greta Thunberg saying like he got 33 cars, and then Greta like replied like, yo, alright, enlighten me by emailing it to smalldickenergy@getalive.com. That was a really sick burn, and I guess that in a way highlights Andrew Tate's insecurity. Because if you are really secure with yourself as a person, you won't have the need to tell people how rich you are or what you have. The truly rich people in this world do not want people to know how much money they have. In fact, they want to remain as incognito as possible. Because like, being really wealthy is a burden on its own, and the beauty about being very wealthy is being unknown. You know what I mean? You heard about his arrest today? Yeah, I heard that he got arrested on charges on human trafficking. Like it's always been like I don't know, like I feel like he's always been associated with human trafficking. I don't know if he's done anything that fucked up before. Like I know he had like a webcam, like a website, right? Where according to him, he like have people like, he have girls like, you know, work for him and shit like that. And the truth about it is like, we don't really know like what he did. We are just like going along with whatever he tells us. So I feel like his wealth is also a little bit sus. Like someone as wealthy as him, I don't think it's that far-fetched to think that they might be into some nefarious type shit, right? But yeah, but judging him based on his like personality and the way he talks, his demeanor, I don't think he's into human trafficking, but I could be wrong. Right? If he is into that type of life, if he's into that type of world, he's done a really great job at, you know, playing as if that he doesn't. Vanilla says, I think he was telling her to piss her off because she is a climate change person. But yeah, think about it. Why would you have the need to piss off someone if you are really like secure or comfortable with where you're at, right? A truly happy person wants to make other people happy. A person that feels some type of way about themselves wants to make someone feel that type of way, right? So even though Greta Thunberg is like, maybe she comes off as an annoying person, or she comes off as like, in my opinion, Greta is like a plan, right? She's just reading a script someone gave her. And she's the face of climate change, but I don't have any ill will towards her, or I don't like, if I'm rich or I own a lot of cars, I don't give a fuck about the environment. If I could, I would have as much cars as Andrew Tate, right? I wouldn't feel the need to send her a really like a text like that. You know what I mean? Because think about it, like, what does like a happy person really do? They try to bring everyone up with them. They try to make everyone else happy. But I feel like Andrew Tate knows a lot of truths in what makes a man, but he has a lot of insecurity that you cannot deny. Because if you look at all of Andrew's tweets, or you look at the way he communicates, he calls people brokies. You know, if you don't prescribe to his way of thinking, you are a loser. Right? And it's not always the truth. Like, you can't be happy without money. Right? Money helps a lot, but you don't have to get as rich as Andrew Tate to be happy. But according to him, you have to. And he will make fun of you if you're not as rich as him. Right? So think about it. If you are like one of the richest people on earth, you have 100 million in the bank, you can buy any fucking car you want. You can be with like as many beautiful women as you want to. You can travel to anywhere on earth. You don't ever have to work again, right? Why is Andrew Tate so insecure? Why is he starting beef with people on Twitter? Why is he like putting out hit pieces against like, you know, against like feminist movements? And like, I get it, like his ideology is like totally different from them, and he's trying to like present his ideas, but he comes off as a very abrasive guy. He comes off as like he's a hurt, wounded animal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying his ideas are bad. His ideas, he have a lot of good ideas, and I do believe that the world could use a lot more masculinity. Working out, getting your money right? Like taking the blame for everything that is wrong with your life. Like I truly believe in that. Like whenever there's something that isn't right about your life, it's your responsibility, right? There's something that you're doing or you're not doing, and you gotta I like his concept of personal responsibility. I like his concept about being as masculine of a man as possible. I believe in like what he says, like he talks about duty, your duty as a man. Sometimes you gotta go down with the ship. I'm 100% on board with that, right? But the way he's presenting his ideas, and the way he's attacking people, and the way he's like starting up beefs, those things come from a place of insecurity, right? If you are truly contented and like happy with your life, you won't have the need to share photos of all your cars. You would just enjoy them, right? Like, you know, if you truly love cars and you really truly love the things that you love, you won't have the need to show them off, because it doesn't matter if people know you have a sports car or if you have the new Bugatti. You know what I mean? And then you start to realize that the reason he likes those things is because he thinks everyone likes them, those things, and everyone will validate him and give him props for having those things that he buys, right? Whenever you look at when someone like buys stuff like expensive watches or cars or sneakers or whatever, try to look at a point like, if they buy those things, do they buy it for themselves or they buy it to show it off to other people? If they buy it to show it off to other people, there is a chance that they don't really like the object. They are buying it because it buys them validation, it buys them respect, it buys them some form of clout, right? The truly wealthy people of this world, like, and I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they don't fucking want you to know how much money they have, right? They have all the fucking jets in the world. They own this fucking planet, but they don't want you to know that because they don't need the clout, because clout gets you in trouble. Being famous gets you in trouble. Being wealthy and being unknown is the best thing that can ever happen for you, right? The smartest people of this world who are actually rich as fuck, they don't want you to know they're rich, right? They don't want you to know who they are. And I think like Andrew Tate, like always like flexing and always like posting stuff and starting beefs, it all stems from a place of insecurity. Vanilla says something that helped me man up was reading Sun Tzu. I don't think Sun Tzu talks a lot about masculinity, but Sun Tzu talks a lot about like strategy, and like I guess he has a lot of like philosophies of how to live life in a very like strategic and smart way. But yeah, I think like the masculinity question, like a lot of those ideas that Andrew Tate shares are actually true. It's the way he presents them and the stuff that he does on his downtime, like starting beefs and being so insecure about himself is, yeah, that shit is wet. Hagakuri, I'm not sure if I know what that is. Rothschild's original banners and the Knights regular are the original bankers. Are you talking about the Knights on Malta? Yeah, so it's... You know what I'm saying, right? Like, truly wealthy and smart people will go out of their way not to be known by the public. A lot of people, like, confuse, like, fame for, like... You know, a lot of people want to be famous, right? And the reason they want to be famous is because there's something within their childhood that they weren't accepted, or they didn't get enough hugs from their parents, and in their mind they feel like the validation they're gonna get from people is by flexing on them, by like showing, you know, all their Bugattis, you know, and showing like the beautiful women they have. It's like, if you are truly contented with your life, you are too busy enjoying it to post content. Think about it. Andrew Tate, with the wealth he has, he's actually taking time out of his life to post content that he doesn't need, because he craves for the fame as much as like the wealth he has. Like, the wealth he has is not enough. He has to tell people that their lives suck. It's not good enough that his life is already awesome. You know, he has to let people know they are brokies so that he feels even better about himself. And that's coming from a place of insecurity. And like I said, like, he has a lot of good ideas and philosophies about life, but he has a big gaping hole in his character, which is the insecurity. That shit is like kind of sad, actually. You know, look at him. Like, he's a fucking tall guy. He's built. He's ripped, right? He has like a fucking $1 million watch in his hand. He drives the most beautiful cars in the world. He eats the most delicious food because he can like afford to go to the most expensive restaurants, fly anywhere he wants, party it up, you know, do whatever the fuck he wants. But that's not enough, right? He has to tell you that you have to get on his level. Right? He has to like tell you what you don't have and what he has. Right? And like, according to him, he's just trying to inspire you or motivate you. But that is just like a very like one-sided way to view the world, because not everyone finds value in the same thing he finds valuable. But the way he goes about preaching his ideas is like, if you don't think like him, if you don't get your money right like he does, you are a nobody. You know, he's like so bought in with this thing called identity, right? This thing called identity is fake. If we don't carry this with us when we die, you know, in fact, identity is what keeps us trapped in this mortal coil and makes us like feel hurt, make us feel so much pain. Identity. It's my birthday. Nobody wish me happy birthday. You know, I'm 25 years old and I'm not a millionaire. I should be a millionaire. You know, like, I'm not famous. I should be famous. It's identity. Identity is fake. Right? Identity is not what makes you happy. You are beyond this identity. You're beyond this skin suit you call a body. You're beyond who you think you are. Right? But I think like Andrew Tate is pushing and selling a lot of things that is identity. He's selling the fact that, oh, he converted to be a Muslim. Oh, I'm a Muslim now. Oh, I am this now. Oh, I'm that now. Oh, I own this thing. I own that thing. You know, like, oh, you know, like, you are a brokey. A brokey is another form of identity. It's just identity piled on identity piled on identity. And none of it is real. All of them are created by him or created by other people. Right? Like, who gives a fuck about a Bugatti? right? He cares about it. But do you know why he cares about it? It's because other people care about it, right? The Bugatti brand or the cars have existed way before he was born. But because he identified those things as cool, he identified those things as like what he needs to identify with in order to like uphold his character and who he is as a person. That's why he associates himself with those things. And that's why he puts other people down who don't associate themselves with the identities that he thinks are cool, right? And that's where I think he comes off as an insecure prick. He comes off as a jackass in that regard. Identity is fiction. You're right, Vanilla. Right? Because if you were born in like a different country, you would have been a Buddhist. You know, if you're born in another country, you would have been a Satanist or a Christian or Muslim or Jewish. You know, you don't have any control of this identity. The identity is there to keep you trapped. It's to keep you identifying with something that will hold you down. It doesn't expand your mindset, you know? So I think that's what I think about Andrew Tate. And I think like him getting arrested recently it's his own fault. Think about it. He's already fucking rich and he doesn't have to put himself out there, right? And I think a big part of the arrest was on his hands. He painted a very big target on himself and his brother. And that's the price of fame. The price of fame is you get a lot of validation, but you paint a big bullseye on your back. And I find that very hypocritical for Andrew Tate, because the number one thing he preaches personal safety and responsibility, right? Like he always talks about like not walking in an alley where there's a chance you will get mugged, or identifying things that will bring you danger, or putting a bullseye on your back. But that's exactly what he did. He put a big bullseye on his back, right? He put himself and his brother in danger. And the thing is, like, he wants to like contextualize the entire purpose of his life with like God. He wants to say like, oh, he's doing God's work. That's another form of narcissism. The fact that he can speak for God. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. So that's what I think about Andrew Tate. Yeah, good question, Icy. Any other questions? Yeah. Hey, make sure you guys hit the follow button, man. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want to watch my content in the future, make sure you follow up. And if you're on YouTube and you're watching this in the future, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Anyway, I think I might just call it right here. If you guys don't have any more questions, I think that's it for me, man. I'm gonna go grab myself a nice lunch. I'm kind of hungry. I think it's about 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 p.m. here in good old Singapore. So catch you guys later, man. Shout out to my boys Syndicate, Vanilla, Icy, everyone in chat. I'll see you guys next week. Next week, the first stream of the week. I don't think I'll be streaming because I'll be meeting with family. But I should be streaming next week for sure. But just not the first day. It is 1 a.m. Yo, where you at, Vanilla? Where you from, man? Like, where you living? Hey, I'll catch you later, bro. Make sure you join the Discord. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Good looking out. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Peace.